Morning, everyone. I've come on here to tell a story, really, because I'm not going anywhere. We're still in lockdown, and I haven't been on for a while. And I thought, well, I mean, like most people are in our situation, I'm struggling to know what to say, what to put on, and I've been known to go tell stories, and I just thought, well, okay, I'll come on and tell a story. This story is about a cursed piano. And this happened back in the 80s when I ran the piano shop. And what happened was that I was telephoned by someone who was the executor to a will, and that a piano, they were clearing a house after someone had died, and that they rang me to ask me if I would be interested in a piano that was in the house. So I went across, it was in Boston Spa, and I went across and had a look, and it was an upright Steck, which are a good piano. And it was unique in that it had French quartered veneer on it. It was an handsome thing, but it was a brute. It was a high profile, overstrung, full iron frame, meaty piano. And we agreed a price. And he warned me that the owner had a storage heater put on the wall in the hallway after the piano had been installed, well, long after, and that it might get in the way of the door to get the piano out. Well, in those days, I used to move pianos on my own, believe it or not. And I did what they call a tour van that I put behind my car. And anyway, I went across on my own on a particular day to get it. And on the day I went, I had, flu really. It was I had flu-like symptoms. So I wasn't up to really feeling very well. Anyway, I got in the house and I had to put the piano on its end, on its side, on the piano bogey, which I did all on my own. And I got it on its side and working my way out, got it out of the room into the hallway, and realised I was going to have to take the door off because the door opened inwards onto this storage heater. So I had to take the door off the hinges and get it out of the house, up the drive and into the back of the tour van, which I did. And it took a long time, then I had to put the door back on, of course. Drove back to the shop and pulled up outside the shop. And as usual, I got it out. When I think back of it now, I don't know how I did it. But I did in them days, God. And I got the piano out of the trailer and it were on its side again on the bogey, and I had to come up on the pavement. And to this day, I don't know how it happened. It just all happened so quickly. But it just went and it cartwheeled onto the edge of the lid and finished up on its back, halfway on the road and halfway on the pavement. And it went with a right crash. And there were down in the Rodley at that time, there were shops, and everybody come out after hearing this horrendous noise and looked up at the street at me with my head in my hands, looking down on this piano laid halfway across the road and the pavement. Well, I got it up, back onto upright again, and got it on the buggy and got it into the shop, and then had to have a look at the damage. Well, the lid was badly damaged. But I was worried whether it had cracked the frame, the iron frame, because they're brittle and they can crack. And if that happens, the piano's knackered. Anyway, by a sheer miracle, the frame was still intact. I thought, well, I might have got away with this. It just looks like the lid. So I sent the lid off down to Melvin's, and he had a French polisher and a craftsman down there, Pete. And he did a brilliant repair on that lid. You couldn't even tell. It was totally invisible. It was like new again. It was brilliant. So he fettled the piano up and put it up for sale in the shop. It was a lovely piano. But from that day, the phone never rang. I never got a customer. Admit it, I think it was during the miners' strike when Scargill brought the miners out. I think it was during that time, my memory serves. But as I say, and I rang Melvin and I said, I haven't had a call, I haven't had a customer, I haven't had a sale since this piano came into this shop. And he took it down into the warehouse because he used to sell them direct to dealers. And the same thing happened to Melvin. As soon as he got that piano in that warehouse, he never had another call or another customer. And we were both convinced that this piano was cursed to this day. And eventually he sold it to a dealer, a French, to the French or the Italians, I don't know which. And after that, things returned to normal again. So that's the story of a cursed piano. All right, bye.
Football.
You're a marvel, Pat.